Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, and this is Kathy at Attic Treasures, etc. And so we're back for day 23, Flower and Paper Doll, Ephemera 2022, which is a collaboration hosted by Barbara at 49 Dragonflies and Louisa Heinzel. So to get started with this, I wanted to make my own paper doll, and so I cut this out of a pattern. And oh, and the animal is a monkey. Now, honestly, I don't like monkeys. I have very bad memories of monkeys from when I was younger. So I went through this book that I have called Art Quilt Portfolio from the Natural World, and I've used several images out of this book, and I found this one of a tamarin. And I thought, okay, he looks pretty cute, not too bad. And then for my paper doll, for the flowers, I'm going to use this page out of that same book. And I've already drawn on here how I want to cut out her skirt and turn this into a paper doll. So I'm going to set the page aside that I'm going to be working with. This is a continuation of what I did in the last video. And I'm going to, first of all, I want to cut out some of these extra little pieces out of her, arm and stuff. So I use my craft knife for this. And I wish I had a smaller one. We're not really going to see too much of her arms, but let's just keep going with this because I like to have the blank spaces between, or to show through. We'll try to cut this out. Might as well. Sure, why not? All right, and cut around her arm. And then ink up the edges. All right, now I'm going to cut out her skirt. This is from, I really hate to lose this flower. I'm going to have to order another one of these books if I can find it. I found this particular book at a thrift store. But I've used so many images out of it that I really would like another copy. So I thought that since these are flowers and these will be her skirt, that will just about satisfy the requirement for flowers for this challenge. Get the rest of that out of the way. Set that aside for a future project. Okay, so that'll work just fine, especially once I get the little waist part on. So what I have here is some leftover lace from another project, and I thought that I would sew it onto this this paper. And my thinking was that I wanted to incorporate some of the flower in the lace. So probably kind of like that. And I'm going to sew along these lines that are already in the paper, in the, in the image. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I'm pretty happy with the way the skirt has come out so far. I want to do a little bit more work on the doll though. So I want to disconnect her hand from her legs and shave off a little bit of her hip. So she's going to go on a little diet. Not that she needs one. Okay, so far so good. So I'm going to glue the skirt to her little body. Just going to use glue stick for this. And it's going to be right about in here. Alrighty. Now she needs a little waistband. So I'm going to use this lace for that. And some Fabri-Tac. And I want to give her a flower on her waistband as well. I don't know about you, but I love making these paper dolls. I do have a couple of other videos where I've made paper dolls, and I'll link them in the description below. I have two, one where I did one similar to this, but with a little bit different process, and then one where I used a handkerchief for the skirt. And they're both really fun. Oh, you know what? I don't want to put this on yet. Oh, getting ahead of myself. Let go. Okay, we'll just leave it there. So for her top, I want to use one of these stickers from the dollar store. And I'm going to use this butterfly. Because I think these make really cute tops. Now I'll put this on. Now I realize that this, using that butterfly, it's kind of a puffy butterfly, that'll add some bulk. Normally I would use a flatter butterfly, but I haven't really put the journal together yet, so I'm not too concerned about bulk at this point. I'm waiting until I'm all done with all the embellishments until the end of December, which is in just a couple of days. 2 more days left. I can't believe I've done this many videos in a month. I hope you've enjoyed them. Oops, get rid of that. This has really been a fun challenge for me. Okay, loving this so far. So we're going to set her aside and work on the rest of the page. I want to stencil on some of these palm tree leaves, and I'm going to use a mixture of colors. So first I'm going to start with peeled paint. And rusty hinge. And some fired brick. Okay, and then I've got this little tamarin guy. They live in South America, I guess. So I'm just gonna tear him out, and then my idea is to make a journal card out of this. Okay, so I found a piece of index card rather, that I've copy dyed on, and I'm going to just glue this little guy on the back, and I'll just use glue stick for that. I didn't mind cutting up the book for this picture because it's got a quilt with flies on it on the back, and well, it's not really my cup of tea anyway. And then I'm going to ink up the edges and stencil on the back. And then for the stencil, I want to use this little palm tree just to kind of tie it in with what's on the page. These are Martha Stewart stencils that I found at Walmart. Oh, I got on something on the edge. Oh well. I colored outside of the lines, you guys. Okay, and I'm going to sew around this, so I'll be right back. Alright, I finished sewing around the journal card, and now what I want to do is make a tuck spot out of her skirt, but it's still a little bit flimsy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue her skirt to this file folder and then cut around it, and then that'll give it some extra strength. I'll use art glitter glue. Okay, that worked just fine. But I want to darken up her hair a little bit, so I'm going to use this watercolor pen. Get her glued onto the page here. So the only part of her that's going to be the tuck spot is going to be this section down here. Okay, and then the last touch, I'm going to use one of these stickers, again from the dollar store. I'm going to use this one to put a flower in her hair. Maybe we could move it down a little bit. Yes, I like that. And then we have the tuck spot for Mr. Tamarind, or Tamarin. I guess tamarind is something completely different. And I think we need a sentiment. So let me look in here. Okay, so tamarinds live in Peru and Bolivia, and they're an endangered species. So I'm going to put this sentiment on here, live your life. So hopefully they'll come back from being an endangered species. So I'm going to call this done. I've got the paper doll and I've got the flowers and I've got the little tamarin monkey there. And I hope you like this. And let's see, next time we only have 2 more days left, coffee or tea and specimen card. So anyway, I hope you like this, and if you did, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, and if you would subscribe to my channel, that'd be awesome. So please tune in next time for the next video in the Ephemera 2022 series. But in the meantime, happy crafting, everybody. Let the serendipity find you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.